everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft, and today I'm back with another process video. This one is for the January Off the Board Challenge. I haven't played along with this in a while, but I decided that I had some time. I picked something off of my Pinterest, and this is what I'm going to scrapbook. So up in the corner there, you can see my Pinterest inspiration. This was from my Scrapbook Cards Pinterest board, and this is something that was posted on scrapbook.com, and I guess scrapbook.com shared it on Pinterest. From the username Jen Raspier with a W. I don't know who that person is. I don't know how to find them on social media, but they have a user profile on scrapbook.com. So I'll try to link the pin down below so you can take a closer look at it on that website. But I really liked the grid design and how it was a smaller grid, and it kind of, started from the upper right-hand corner, but didn't take up the whole page, didn't go over onto the left-hand side. There's that little border strip of paper on the left-hand side. And it was an easy way to get a bunch of photos scrapbooked onto a single page. So I'm actually doing 5 photos. And what you can see I'm doing here is that I'm cutting the photos down to a smaller size. So they were all printed out 4x6, and I think I'm cutting them down to 3x3 right now. And I just want to, I didn't want to cut them down too small, but I just wanted to see where that size was gonna get me, and then what it was gonna look like on the page. So my background is an American Crafts polka dot paper that I got from Joann's, and the layered on top is a square of basil cardstock. I don't remember the color of it, but it's a very sort of like goldeny yellow, like a cornflower yellow. No, that's not what I was thinking of. There's a Crayola crayon color that I'm specifically thinking of, but I might be mixing up cornflower blue with cornflower yellow. Although if cornflower yellow is a real color, then yes, that's the color I'm thinking of. But as you can see, I didn't like the sizing with the 3x3, and I had these other cut aparts that were smaller. So I'm like, oh, I'll cut the photo down to that size. And here's where the title of this video comes in. Everything goes wrong on this page. I cut my photo down too small. I didn't measure, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm sure it's 2x2. It was not 2x2. It was actually a little bit bigger than 2x2, but not something where you could say, oh, it's like 2.25 or 2.5. It was like in between, and you would have had to count the lines. I'm like, I'm not even doing that. So I thought, no big deal. I can still use this photo. I'm going to back it on another one of those cut aparts because it has a nice blue chevron pattern on the back. I'm like, perfect. I'll just do this and it'll be kind of like it stands out. No big deal. So that seems to be one crisis averted. Hang on, because more are coming. And I think the problem is that I was doing this in between also trying to do some work stuff. So I would like take a moment. Long story. So I record voiceovers for work, and I can't record while the heat is on because you can hear it in the background. So while the heat was on, I was scrapbooking. And then when the heat went off, I stopped scrapbooking. Or I stopped recording and I recorded my voiceover until the heat came back on, and then I scrapbooked again, and then, back and forth. So one of the problems is that I kind of forgot what I was doing at some point. Anyway, no big deal. So I've got my 3 photos up on top. There's a cut apart that I'm going to use as a journaling spot. I'm like, oh, I can, I really wanted to use that photo frame. I just thought it was so cool and a fun way to like pop up one of the photos. It ends up not working, and you're going to see it on another page in a little bit. But an easy way for me to cut the rest of the photos down to the right size was just to literally place the cut apart right on top of the photo and carefully use my small scissors that I got from scrapbook.com to cut the photo to the right size. And that way I didn't have to worry about measuring things and what have you. So right now it looks like I have 3 photos on top. There's going to be 1 photo in the middle, and I was going to do photos on the bottom. I only have 5 photos. The original layout has 6, I think. You could do it with all 6. Well, no, I actually don't think she does have 6. She has less than that because she's got some like journaling and ephemera bits and stuff. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but I have 5 photos, and because I screwed up, I realize I need more of the cut aparts than I originally thought. I don't know what I was thinking. So I had to go back through. Luckily, there were tons, and I had to find ones that would fit. But then I did it again. I took one of my photos that I hadn't cut yet down to the right size, and I cut it to 2x2. And I went, are you kidding me? So then I had to take a cut apart that I guess I was going to use it and show the front of it, and now I'm turning it over and showing the back of it. So now, okay, fine, whatever. The top and the bottom now have a matted photo. So there's some similarities going on within the grid. Okay, great, fine. But that means I need to find another cut apart piece. And oh my gosh, it was just really getting frustrated. Honestly, if I had been doing this live, you would have heard a lot of cursing because I was just getting so mad at myself for just not paying attention to what I was doing. That strip of paper that I just stuck down there, that is, I think, Pink Fresh. I had a leftover strip of that from, cutting up the other side of it. And I really liked the colors. I thought they went well with the colors on the polka dot paper. And so that's why I used that there. So now I have my grid. And like I said, that photo frame goes away, but I will add it to something else. And now I can lay out some of my embellishments. Now off camera, I picked out all these embellishments. I just was looking for things that I thought would fit color-wise and theme-wise. And so I didn't record myself doing that because I thought that might be kind of boring for you guys to watch. But just so you know, this didn't magically come together. I did have to take some time and go through all my embellishments to find things that I knew that I could use and that would really fit with this. And it was hard because a lot of those cut aparts are not designs, they have words on them. So I didn't want to pick ephemera pieces or create ephemera clusters on those cut aparts and cover up all the words. So that was a little tricky. These are photos taken at the St. Louis Magic House, or I guess it's really in Kirkwood, Missouri, but the St. Louis area. It's called the Magic House. It's a children's museum. It's like a hands-on place where they can learn and play. And my daughter, last year in summer 2023, when these photos were taken, she was still really into it this year as well. We just went again over the Christmas break, and yeah, it's a really cool museum, and I highly recommend checking it out. If you are looking for a place to go with your family that has a lot of kid-friendly things, I would recommend St. Louis because it's got the Magic House, the zoo, which is free, the Science Center, which is actually, the Science Center is okay. I remember it being a lot better when I was a kid, but there's also the City Museum. You can take a chocolate factory tour from the chocolate factory company, local St. Louis company, and you can actually, they have a gift shop. Obviously, you can buy chocolate there as well. Lots of really cool things that you can do with kids in St. Louis. So I actually think I have a blog post with some of those ideas, so I'll try to link that below if I can remember to do that in the description box. Okay, so I've got my title. The So Happy part I popped up on some leftover foam packaging, and then I added another little tag underneath it. I wanted to have something that said magical because this was taken at the Magic House. I still have to do my journaling in the center. I'm just adding in a few extra bits and bobs, some chipboard accents. You can see the part of my embellishments actually ended up moving around. So where I had them laid out originally, I ended up not really liking that. So I just kind of, did a little movement and ended up being happier with the way that the embellishment clusters turned out in the end. And that's okay. That's why I don't like to stick anything down right away, because you never know, I might start putting things down and then go, actually, this works better over here. So I always just kind of lay pieces down. Stickers always stay on the backing. And then when I'm totally sure I have it, then I will remove that backing and stick everything down. Adding in a couple enamel dots from Simple Stories. I think a lot of these are a mixture of American Crafts, Simple Stories, Vicky Booten, lots of pieces that I found at Joann when I went shopping there last year. So those are part of a previous scrapbook haul. But the colors are really bright and they're very general. I like buying embellishments that are a little more general so that way I can use them on lots of different things. So you can see how my layout has turned out. It's very similar to Jen's original layout. And I like that because I really liked the design of hers. If you were to do this, you could do something totally different or just be inspired by, the grid design or the theme of her layout or whatever you want to do. But I hope that you will play along or follow along with everybody in the description box below who is playing along with Off the Board this month. And I will see you guys next time for more scrapbooking. Bye.